What do we got next?
Well, I think now it actually that was mine. So
actually, before we get to the next question, it's halfway through the show. You know what that means. Our kilt ambassador this month is a bit more of a culture ambassador. He's someone you might recognize if you peruse YouTube on a regular basis. Shaun is a Scottish vlogger, or a video blogger, if you will, who's found his passion capturing life's journey through travel. Shaun grew up in Edinburgh in a neighborhood called Stenhouse, known for its tough working class roots. And despite that reputation, he loved growing up there, right near the huge park, and found everyone he grew up with kind and friendly. His journey to become a Scottish YouTuber started in 2014. Shaun was traveling to Brazil, where his wife Tech is from, and he wanted to document the trip to show people what life was like in Brazil. A journalist by trade, Shaun fell in love with the process of documenting his travels, and he hasn't looked back since. In his own words, "I enjoy the exciting discomfort of going somewhere unfamiliar, meeting people from diverse and different backgrounds. The thrill of discovering different things in a new country, plus connecting the dots as to the similarities that I find around the world." I asked Shaun if he considered himself more of an ambassador of Scots to the world or a teacher for Scottish people on the places that he visits. Or is that way too serious of a take of what he does? He said, "Maybe that's a bit too serious, but I guess it's a bit of both. My main aim is to try to spread positivity wherever I go. On my recent U.S. road trips, I focused on the positive things I've come across and the many truly amazing people that I meet, as well as injecting a bit of my own brand of Scottish charm. I definitely try to act as a bit of an ambassador." We chatted for a bit about his clan and his family tartan, and he gave me a very interesting answer. Quote, "I have absolutely no idea. The majority of people in Scotland don't really know this either. At least none of my friends and family in Edinburgh do. My brother did some digging, and the furthest back he could trace was around the First World War. For most people in Scotland, tartan and kilts are more of a symbol of our pride in our progressive and talented nation rather than any family affiliation. Of course, there are people who have this clan connection, but the vast majority of folks simply don't. We are Scottish, the end. And tartan is one of our symbols of national unity." Shaun's been a lot of places around the world, and he recorded most of them. We asked him to give us his top 3 travel destinations. In no particular order, Iceland has to be up there. Go there when it's snowy and icy with the northern lights out. The place is otherworldly. For food, New Orleans is the top destination. It's so unique and diverse, I loved it there. Then, for good big city vibes, New York. If you think you're adventurous or ambitious in any way, you have to test your mental strength by living there for a time in the Big Apple. The energy is electrifying and contagious. Shaun has recently begun to focus his YouTube channel a bit more on his American travels, rebranding his channel Shaun in America. Shaun is a positive, kind, curious person with an excitement for traveling. For those who haven't seen his content, please go check out his YouTube channel or find him on Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok. He has a truly unique way of showing you a location through the eyes of someone experiencing it with wonder for the first time. So here's to him. Shaun, our ambassador of the month. So here's to Shaun. He is a wonderful, wonderful human. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. What is your favorite place? Speaking of Shaun, speaking of world travel, what is your favorite place you've ever been in the world?
My living room.
My bed.
Wait, my favorite place?
That you've
For
ever
any
traveled
reason
to?
at all, or that I travel to?
Yeah.
Because it's not Scotland. It's not in Scotland. It's my house in Arizona.
Okay.
My family homestead is in Sedona, Arizona, Red Rock country. So my favorite place in the world is a little tiny trail off into the off of Oak Creek Canyon in Sedona.
Okay.
So nobody knows about that place except me and my sisters. That's my favorite place.
Fair.
Just about. Well, there are a few other people, but it's our place.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is like it feels like your place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a trail out there where I proposed to my wife, which is also a favorite place of mine. So
that is lovely.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would say mine. Not that you've asked, but I'll answer it anyway.
I usually don't have to bother. You're a very empowered person.
I'd say the place that like weirdly, without it like snuck up on me and left the biggest imprint was the first time I was in Scotland, and we went to we drove we were at Lochard, and then we drove for the day through the the little valleys and hills and valleys over to Callander, and on the way back we stopped at this little like car park between two not really mountains but huge hills, like winding road, and there was a place to park, some grills, and just hang out and do nothing. And the sun was going down, so my wife and I stopped there and just kind of watched what was happening, the sun going down, and there was no other cars on the road, and it was like deathly quiet. Like it was like soundproof room quiet. Like you could hear the blood coursing in your veins kind of quiet. And I don't know why, but it was one of those, it left an impression on me of just like dead silence. And it was just so weird, and not eerie weird, but like calming weird. It was just like, wow.
This is like,
really cool.
And then I went mad.
Yes.
And
that's where I
the
buried
beating of
wife.
my heart. No, there's a lot to be said for solitude. I mean, that's why I like the desert out west. It's just like, because, as my uncle puts it, there's miles and miles of miles and miles. And you can, if you want to get lost out there, you can get lost in a good way. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for that, especially if you live on the east coast of the United States like we do. So it's so built up around here.
Agreed. So tell me, where was your favorite place that you've ever traveled in the world, and why would you recommend it to other people? Let us know in the comments. Now, if you have not yet followed Shaun, please go check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. He is everywhere, and honestly, he's a wonderful human being. So, go look for Shaun.